everyone, this is ShadowDancerBrony.
And this is KiraKitty.
And we are here with some Sid Meier's Civilization 5. Civ 6 is out, but we're doing a little, we're doing the previous generation here. So, I've been playing Civilization for a good 2 decades, starting with Civ Call to Power series.
And I've never played it at all.
So I'm going to be helping her
We're going to be playing against each other, but yet helping each other.
Yeah. So this is me helping her understand how to play. So we're going to be doing a hot seat game. So, and alright, so from this screen we get to set up our world as it is, which will be randomly generated. So if you go to map type, up the first one there, you can see the various different types we have. Continent 1 is basically the same as the current Earth.
So is that what we want?
Yeah, that's good, but there's also, you know, Great Plains, which has a lot more plains and grassland, Ice Age, which is going to have a lot more ice, and we're going to be restricted to equatorial areas.
You tell me, what do you want to do?
Alright. For the first one, probably just going with a continents map up to there. That'd be good. Map size, that's this is going to determine how many civilizations that we start with here as well. So dual means it would just be the two of us, for better or worse. I personally do like having a couple AI ones there. Smaller standard are kind of the way to go, but if you want to have less
Small's fine.
Okay. Game pace is the number of turns you're gonna have. So a quick one, you're gonna have fewer turns to get stuff done. Standard, epic, you're gonna have more. And marathon, you're just gonna be there for a while.
So standard?
Yeah.
Just because if it's quick, then I'm like, oh, I ran out of time!
Yeah. With the quick pace, getting to modern and future tech trees is kind of difficult, simply because you don't have the time to build. Era we start in the ancient era. You're going to be starting with the very first techs that are available and build yourself up from there.
Is that what we want, ancient?
Yep. World age. Let's see. There are a few things this will affect. I'm not really clear offhand what it is.
Four then.
Four is a standard. That's approximately how old Earth is. So this right here will determine basically how the percentage of ice to desert, effectively, desert and tropics tiles. So temperate, you'll have kind of the mix of all of them.
Okay.
Rainfall. This is arid will start with more desert, wet will start with more jungle, that sort of thing. Sea level, this right here will affect the portion of water to land. So if you have low oceans, you'll have more land, high oceans, you'll have less land. And resources, this is the amount of stuff like iron, coal, luxury goods, like silk and whatnot that'll spawn.
Standard or abundant?
Standard's good. Abundance, if you want to definitely make sure you have stuff, is
Tell
good.
me. You want to teach me standard?
For your first game, why don't we go with abundance? Then we're less likely to say, okay, you have to go and invade these people to get their, you know, coal. So. And
leave everything checked.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna go over victory types real quick, just so you know. Time. This game ends standardly in the year 2050. If 2050 comes around and no one has met any of the other victory conditions, the person with the most points is going to win. Science victory. If you go and build yourself a colony ship and launch it into space, you'll win a science victory. Domination. You take out every other civilization's capital.
Just the capital?
I believe it is just the capital. If you want to hover over it, does it state it? I believe it's just the capital, because without the capital, you only get one. You can't make another one. Cultural, in the culture tree, which you'll see once we get in there, if you research enough cultural points, you'll have a you'll be given an option for a Wonder of the World, and if you complete that wonder, you'll get the Cultural Victory. Diplomatic, if you make allies of every single player in the map, or no, that was called a power. How you did that. And this one, once someone gets the UN as a World Wonder, every 10 years in game we'll be having a call for a world leader. If you get enough votes, you'll be given the world leader and win that way. Big thing about that is city-states votes counts to the person they're allied with, so usually the person with the most city-state allies wins that. Advanced game options. Only one that's checked normally is the quick combat, which basically just means that
it just goes through quicker.
So you won't get the little mini thing come up that shows you all your guys dying. Don't think everything else is pretty. Probably just start with the standard here for that. And then I have the DLC for Mongolia as well, which doesn't really matter too much. Okay. So alright, if you want to hit that. Okay, so player 1 you'll see is if you go over to the side AI, down where it says AI there, yep, and hit human. Alright, and then you can select the difficulty, which will affect a few things for both Prince, which is the low side of average difficulty.
So that should be a good place to start.
Yep. I'd actually say if you want for yourself, if you want to be warlords, that may be a little. Warlords usually how I start off with these games.
So you still want to be Prince though?
Actually, why don't you make us both princes? Because then then we'll have both warlords. Sorry, because then we'll have both. Then all the AI players will be playing at the same level.
Versus split.
Yeah, versus the computer trying to reconcile two different whatnots. If there's a civilization that you specifically would like to play, you can add that. Everyone has its own special units, special building, and bonuses that it gets.
Okay, so explain them to me. Hold on, I can back up to the top.
Alright. Alexander, you get the Phalanx unit, which is an early units, which is pretty good. I really don't remember all these off the top of my head, and I don't have.
Okay, let me see if I can at least ask about the specific ones. Like, do you remember about that one?
Catherine, you get when you found a city, you'll have the immediate tiles around it, and as that city tiles.
Oh, tiles.
Yes, and as your city grows, you'll get those will grow out, and you'll have larger and larger. Russia does that quicker than normal, so you'll be able to expand quickly.
That's another one I was interested in. This one, I think.
They also have Cossacks as their special unit, which is it's an advanced cavalry unit.
Okay.
Or an early cavalry unit.
So if I wanted to war, that would be a thing.
Yeah.
So how about France or Japan? Those two.
Japan is that Oda Nobunaga.
Yep.
So let's see. I don't remember what I believe they get samurai as theirs, which is a medieval infantry unit.
Well, that makes sense, but do you remember the bonus or whatever?
I do not know.
Do you remember France's?
France, let's see. Finished the game with France recently, but...
Don't remember the bonus. Alright. Let's see if there's any other. America, do you remember off chance?
America gets, like, I think it's the B-52 bomber, which is... Basically, it's you get the bomber quicker.
You know what, I'll just do a random and we'll find out.
It will go when you first boot up. It will go and give you a refresher of here's your benefits. So.
What does this mean?
Already says.
Oops.
Yep. All right. So let's see. Player 1 is going to be playing as France.
Looks like you get Foreign Legion and Musketeer.
Yep. So and you also get +2 culture per turn.
How do you know this is player 1? It's just player 1.
So, all right, just continue. All right, do you want to be France?
No, that's okay.
All right. So, I'll go and kind of. So you start
You
with.
just use my leg. That's
Yeah.
fine.
All right. So I will go and now you have Fog of War on, so you can only see what your. You only know
Basically,
where
you haven't actually explored, so
Yeah.
there's no way for you to.
So, now we have 2 units here. We have this one as a settler, and this one is a warrior, which is
Okay.
basically the bottom end unit in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So now I can take this one, and you can see that there's some resources around here. That we have cotton there. We have some marble here. Marble is a so luxury resource. I believe cotton's a luxury resource as well.
That's that's
So it's
stone, and that's stone.
more stone. Now, and we have some cattle down here. So, let's see a few things. Hills like this will give us more
Defense.
Well, it gives us a slight defense bonus. It also gives us slight construction bonus. So if we have people working on those, it'll give us that. Compared to like the grassland down here, you see more food.
But you're
So,
right next to a
food
river,
gap.
though, too.
Yep. So rivers also provide a bonus to all adjacent tiles. So you notice that this grassland here are the
1-1.
forest grassland 1-1, forest grassland with river 1-1-1. So rivers are good. Rivers also, if you're moving along a river, you get a bonus to that. But crossing a river is going to
Be a detriment.
Be a
got it.
detriment.
Which right away going to the marble or the cotton you're crossing.
Yep. I could move over here so that I immediately get the marble and the cotton, but for myself, I'm just going to found a city right here, and I'll just expand the city into these tiles.
Okay.
So I have basically this button right here is going to prevent you from forgetting anything. So this is what, if you have stuff you need to do, it's going to come up here. So choose production. So I only have one person in the city, so I can't build a settler because doing so would mean everyone from the city leaves. So when I get 2, I can make a settler, and then I'll have 1 in the city and a settler. I'm actually going to start with the scouts. It's another unit I can use for attack defense, and it has better vision than the warrior. So, and I think better movement as well. So then we automatically come here to the warrior, and I can send him out to go and do some exploration. You see I found some runes. So exploring these can get you bonuses, can get you additional science, additional units, gold. They can also spawn barbarians that you need to deal with.
I was going to say, there's always got to be a negative side to it, so it's the negative, and that's it. But you found more cattle.
Yep. So, I found more cattle. I also found a coast here. So if I found another city over here, I can make ships, whatnot. Let's see. And choose research. I currently have 4 techs available.
Husbandry, since you're right next to cattle.
Yep, I do have that. I could also do mining since I'm next to stone and marble, which will be a good one. And you can always come to the tree here. We just learned agriculture, so we don't have to be, we don't have to wander around as hunters gatherers anymore. So, and you can kind of, if you have one that you want, like I really want philosophy, you can click it and it'll tell you everything. It'll tell you everything you need to get there.
You can get horseback riders though if you do animal husbandry further down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So
there.
Horseback riding here in the classical.
And mathematician.
Yep. So with archery.
Well, no, you can do with husbandry too.
Yeah. So you need both in this case.
You do need both.
You need you'll see you need the wheel, and you need archery.
Oh, okay.
So.
It's not one or the other. It's both.
Correct. All right.
So which one are you going to research?
I think since I have stone like right here, I'm actually going to start with mining, and we'll expand from there. Now, you can come in here and you can see my city is currently getting this by being set there, and I have my 1 worker. Come on. I have my 1 worker working here.
Got it.
So 2 food production. And you can see that right now we just have default, so it's just going to kind of do whatever's best. Okay. But I could do food focus. Well, they'll always.
It's like you're short on food.
Yep. And they'll always go to the tiles with which have the most food. Production gold, science, culture, whatnot. So.
Okay.
And then...
and you can use money that you earn to buy more tiles to expand it?
Yep, you can expand that faster, otherwise it will naturally grow. At this point in the game, you know, I have literally nothing to...
But next turn you would have stuff.
Yeah, but next turn. And you can come in... you have over here where if you just have money and want something now, you can purchase it and you'll get it. And then if you want to change your production, you can see your city stats here: 2 food, 6 production, whatnot. And you can also see what we're producing, how many turns that'll take, our population, and how many turns to the next. City has a defense strength of 10, and if there was a barbarian over here, the city can attack it. So just people living there can go and shoot arrows and throw stones. So,
okay.
All right. So that is going to be mine. So player 2. That looks like England.
Fail.
So.
Okay.
All right. Well, you're on the coast is the first thing that you'll notice.
Is there a way to see which one is this? Can see? No. Where can I see?
If you go to diplomacy,
This.
yep.
Yep, I am England.
Yep. So.
Fitting, Queen Elizabeth, and I'm Kira.
Yep. So, yep, you got one of the female leaders there. So, if you go to the tile you're on, is that a marsh you're on? Yep. So, you're only getting 1 food from being on there, which is kind of low.
Yeah.
But you are adjacent to gold. You're adjacent to, I think that's stone.
Cotton. More cotton.
Yep. So, you could move off that if you want to, get a little bonus right away.
Well, I was just going to say, don't I want to be on the coast to build boats?
Building boats, I mean, having a capital on the coast is good because you'll immediately be able to, well, not immediately, as soon as you get shipbuilding, you'll be able to build boats.
So yes or no? Or is that a bad idea because that means it's easy to invade because I'm on the coast? Or does that mean kind of like a typical, because I'm on the coast, that's at least one side that's kind of defended from barbarians, so this would be a good spot?
Yeah.
And I'm right next to here that also has 2 food.
Yeah. At this point, as long as you put your guy in some place that has decent food, you'll be fine.
So here's good?
Yeah.
So how do I do that again?
Over on the in the left corner, found city.
And then I want to choose production, right?
Yep. So you also have the same stuff. So, so workers, there's a cultural thing you can do to get a worker relatively quickly. So you don't necessarily have to do that. They'll also at this point they don't have a whole lot to do. They build your farms, they build your mines, they build all that stuff.
So
but since you don't know,
scout would be better.
A scout would be better. I was gonna say the building you can make is a monument, which gives you additional cultural whatnot. So
with all the stuff, I should probably do mining, right?
Mining again wouldn't be a bad thing. So. And then you have your warrior selected. So if you left click somewhere,
what do you think, like here?
Yeah.
Or should I go up?
Or along the coast or up. So I kind of usually do a spiral out from my capital.
I'll go this way so they're not going
Or drag, right click drag. Yeah, there you go.
I fail at describing.
I fail. And you also found some runes. So.
Is that runes? That's stone.
That's stone. If you go up to the further up there,
yeah.
you can see you got the little anything that you of interest that comes up will give you a little feed. Left clicking on that will, or right clicking on that will get rid of the notification.
And then I got cattle there too.
Yep.
All right, so, but this is also because we put
abundant resources.
Abundant, yeah. Okay,
So we're all getting some pretty good stuff. Your gold that's right next to your capital, that is good, especially like early to mid game.
And I'm working on mining so I could get on that right away as soon as I get the chance.
So
is that pretty much it for me?
Yep, that's pretty much it. If you look there, yep, it's basically just saying next turn you have nothing to do. All the AI players are going. City states are now going. Barbarians.
How did someone get ahead of me? I just saw on the little thing on the left when you start, someone got ahead of me. It was player 1, player 2, and now there's someone in between player 1 and player 2.
Um, I'll have to note that.
Well, look. Hey, continue. Go ahead. See, look, unmet players in between because you got two. They got 2 more points than me.
They may also have an early bonus that gives more points.
Well, how come you got 2 more points than me?
It could be the start where we started
by the river.
Yeah, by the river or whatnot that does that.
Alright.
So, alright, I'm going in. I got a crudely drawn map, which outlines some of the surrounding area. So if we can see there's a bunch of ocean. You can also see a little bit up here. So more cotton and cows. So
lots of cows.
You'll notice the 2 different colors of ocean.
Meaning explored versus not explored?
Oh, actually meaning shallow ocean and deep ocean. So it will take an additional tech to be able to go into deep ocean. So, and what do we have here? We have spices. Those are actually kind of important for. Those are a luxury good along with marble and whatnot. So,
okay.
And I have nothing to do other than
wait for your stuff to grow.
Yep.
Maybe we should do this, and then we could just. You could just slide it over one when you need to, you know.
Mhm.
We're just figuring out passing laptop thingies for all those that can't see. So I can't make it this turn, but I can at least go here. Well, could I have made it?
No.
No. All right. So then.
And one of the things I would have done, and you did it a little quickly before I could say, is if you gone to the top,
I would have explored some more around it.
Yeah, you would have explored some more. Being on the hill, you can see further.
I can't undo, can I?
No.
Damn. Well, live and learn.
Yep.
All right. So let's see. Everyone else stay the same.
Okay. So we're here. I'm going to go up.
Gonna get those spices?
One here. Ooh. Barbarian encampment. So that is actually not great. I found one that's relatively close. The encampment will every so many turns spawn them.
So you want to get rid of it before they start spawning them?
The one who's sitting in here is basically not going to come out, but he's basically defending the encampment. But
that doesn't mean if you get rid of it.
Yeah.
If you can.
Yeah. Now the problem, if you take a look, I'm barely beating him with this. So
is there a way to improve your group?
There is. So
just not enough time to do it right now.
Not enough time. It actually would be better if I was playing defensive, let them attack me, ground some XP.
So next turn you maybe move next to him and set up a base there, but don't attack them.
Yeah. If I can draw them off of that, because they have a terrain bonus there as well, which is not the greatest.